Hi, so it's Oliver here from Edge to Edge SEO, specialist in flooring marketing. So in this video, I just wanted to chat about how you can absolutely dominate Google search results for all of the products and services that you offer within the locations that you operate in. So if you're a local flooring company and you want to get found by the right people on Google that are ready to spend money with your business, then this video is for you. So what I'm about to show you is the most important things on how you can dominate Google search results for the organic listings and also the map pack. And ranking in the organic listings and Google map pack at the same time, it's going to generate your business tons of more monthly leads and booked jobs, resulting in a much more profitable business. So let's get into this video. So let's find out how your local flooring company can dominate Google. So the first things first is creating effective landing pages. And the importance of a landing page is when people search for the products and services that you offer, they land on the right page that is then going to convert them into an actual customer. Not only that, it also serves as another purpose of helping Google understand that page and what kind of keywords you should be shown up for in the search results. And by creating these landing pages, you're going to increase your online visibility, you're going to rank better in search results, you're going to drive more leads and inquiries to your site, you're going to get more people down to see you if you've got a showroom, or a warehouse or something like that, and you're going to drive more sales, and that's then obviously going to increase the revenue and profits of your business. To start creating the landing pages though, you're going to have to understand what kind of keywords you want to target, and then from the keywords that you're going to target, you then need to understand how you're going to structure your site so you can best target those keywords, and obviously you're going to make sure that you're getting found for those keywords. So here's some tips for optimizing your site structure. So most landing pages that you're going to be creating are going to be for the locations that you operate in and the services that you offer within those locations. So it's going to be things like flooring company in London, or it's going to be flooring company in Manchester, or a carpet shop in Warrington, or something like that. So these are going to be your landing pages, and here are a few examples of how you can actually structure the page for that. So you can see here, like we've got flooring plus London equals exampleflooring.com/London/flooring. That's how you would structure your page. So it's then very logical for Google and your visitors to see what location that you're serving and what you're offering within that location. And then if you wanted to target, say, a sub-niche of flooring within one particular area, the example I've got here might be flooring plus Preston. So the actual URL of that would be exampleflooring.com/Preston/wood. And then one other example would be to target a sub-niche of flooring within one area. If you offer wood flooring, then you might offer, things like herringbone and stuff like that. So you're going to want to target those keywords as well. The example again would be exampleflooring.com/Liverpool in this case /wood/herringbone. So you can imagine if someone lands on your website, they can see the location that you're targeting, they can see the the main category of that service, and you can see the sub-service that you're offering. Now this might vary from website to website and flooring company to flooring company, but this is just a general way that you would structure your website. There are slightly different ways of doing it, which again are not right or wrong, but it's just all about creating a logical and good experience for your users. So what are some tips for actually optimizing your page? So you've got two types of optimization. You've got optimization for search engines, and you've got optimization for conversions. So we're going to sort of touch on a bit of both really. So what needs to go onto a local flooring company's page? So first of all is descriptive call to actions. So when people actually land on your site, your buttons, the buttons that tell people to take an action, need to actually describe the action. Don't just put click here, because it doesn't really tell them anything. It doesn't tell them what's going to happen if they click that button. So by actually having a descriptive button on there, it's going to, if it resonates with what the user is actually intending to do, then they're much likely to click that button. That's going to increase conversions, and it's going to increase the amount of time that people are on your site or off your site if you want to take them to another page. And simple call to actions. Now I know I say write descriptive call to actions, that doesn't mean having long call to actions. It just means something that's very to the point, telling them what's going to happen. Also, simple call to actions is just having one or two call to actions on there. If you're putting too many options on a page, it's going to confuse people and they're less likely to take action. Now the word count of a page is important. Now there is no maximum or minimum amount of words you should have on a page. There's no set amount of words that's going to allow you to rank higher than one of your competitors, for example. But you've got to think of it like this, is that Google needs enough information to understand the page to be able to rank it. And there needs to be enough relevant information on that page so that Google can rank you for the right keywords. And the same goes for when your customers land on it. They're going to want to understand a little bit about the product and service that you're offering. They might have questions that they're asking about it. They might not be 100% on actually using you, so you're going to have to write something that's going to persuade them to actually use you. So, like the points I've mentioned underneath there, describe the product and service. What are the benefits of your product and what are the benefits of using you? And don't go into, hundreds and hundreds of words dribbling on about when you was founded and why you're so wonderful. Just give them straight facts as to, perhaps you get to them within 2 days. Perhaps you're very tidy when you're working and people have commented on this in the past. So give them the benefits of actually using you and why they would use you over your competitors. And then something else that you can add to every single page, this is very important, is frequently asked questions. Now, if I was going to buy some more flooring for my home, then I'm going to have a few questions about that flooring. So you're going to need to create frequently asked questions specifically for the flooring that you're targeting on that page. So if it's flooring in general, there's going to be some general flooring questions that people are going to ask. Perhaps what is the best flooring for this room or that room? But then if you're also targeting carpet in specific, then there's going to be a lot of questions specifically about carpet. So you're going to need to answer those questions. And with frequently asked questions, you can add something called frequently asked question schema. And if you add this to your page, this is going to increase the size of your listing when it appears on Google, because you're also going to have little frequently asked question boxes come up below your listing. So the bigger your actual listing is on Google, the more it's going to stand out and the higher chance that it's going to get a click, increasing the click-through rate. And then just something else that really is going to increase the relevancy of a page is what areas do you cover within the area that you're targeting. So if you're targeting London as a whole, then obviously there's a lot of boroughs and things like that, and there's a lot of areas within London. So if Google's trawling through your website or someone else is trawling through your website, they might think London's a little bit too broad. But if you're actually listing on that page some of the different areas that you cover within London, that's going to increase the relevancy of that page. Now, if you're going to also target those areas on their own pages, which I would advise to if you're obviously targeting London, then I'd advise to actually target the boroughs themselves individually as well. Then you'd want to link to each of those pages from your London page. Alternatively, if you're not going to create pages for those sub areas, the areas within areas, then you can just link those areas to Google Maps. And something else that's going to add a lot of trust and authority to your page is also by adding logos of accreditations, brands you work with, companies, products that you stock, people that you partner with, and awards that you've won. Now add these to the page, get their logo and add them on a banner across the page. And also, if you can, link from those logos to their websites, because Google loves outbound links. And also, if you think about this from a user's perspective, if they're scrolling through your web page and they can see you're linking to all of these different logos, they might want to check them out. So if they can just click those logos and it goes straight through to their website, and they're going to be able to check out your accreditations, your awards, the brands that you work with, the stock that you stock, and they're just going to be able to find out a little bit more about you and build up that idea whether you're the right company to use or not. Similar to this is also lead generation sites. You've got Trust a Trader, you've got Bark, you've got all of those ones, and a lot of companies, a lot of flooring companies, they have already quite a good reputation on some of these websites. Often before a flooring company actually goes and markets their website, they spend a lot of time trying to get leads from places like Trust a Trader, and the way to get leads from those sort of places is by increasing the amount of reviews you got. So a lot of the time I have found that a lot of flooring companies already have a good profile on these particular lead generation sites, and it's definitely worth linking to those sites, so then people can again click through to those sites and they can see all the reviews and the work you've done on those sites. And again, that's going to increase the amount of trust that people have in your business. And add a direct feed to your reviews. So if you have a Google business account and it's got lots of good quality reviews on it, then the best way to add that to your site is actually embed that into your site. So it always updates every time you get a new review. There's nothing worse than going on a website, a company's website, and all of the reviews you're seeing are from about 2-3 years ago. You're going to want to see reviews that are the most up-to-date ones, because things change in companies, and obviously people know that the experience changes over the years as well. So if you can prove that you've got a consistent amount of good quality 5-star, 4-star reviews over the years, then that's going to be a real plus for anyone trying to make a decision whether to use you or not. Another thing to do is add a Google map. So let's say you are targeting, for example, Bromley within the London area, within the South London area, then have a map on that page, on the Bromley, let's say you're targeting carpet in Bromley area, have a map of the Bromley area, a Google map directly on that page, circling off the Bromley area, and if possible show where you're actually located if you're located within that particular area. And then add a feed from any relevant blog article. So you know, if you're targeting, for example, carpet shops in London, and if you're writing blog content about carpets, then you can add just the carpet blog articles to that page. Because if people can see that you're actually writing good quality content about these particular products and services on a regular basis, they can see that you're experts within your field. And they might not even click on these articles, and they're very unlikely to even read them, but it's just that little bit of extra trust that you're building. And it's also adding to the relevancy of the page. And then again, similar to blog articles, you're going to want to add relevant case studies. So if you've done a lot of, for example, carpet fitting and carpet installations in the past, then you're going to want to add those specific case studies to the carpet page and to the different locations that you're targeting for carpet. And the same goes for any other services that you're offering. And then lastly, authentic images. So actual images of you doing work, of your team, of, you know, inside your factory. And again, you're going to want to try and keep these images relevant to the pages that you're putting them on. So for example, again, we use carpet as an example. If we was to target carpet in London, then it would be good to have just images of carpet jobs that you've done within that particular area. So now that we've done a lot of the main on-page optimization, both for search engines and for people, the next thing that we're going to want to look at is your Google Business optimization. So this is your Google Business page, how you're going to actually be found on Google Maps. So optimizing your Google Business page. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is all of the basic stuff. You're going to want to fill out your business name. You're going to want to fill out all of the right categories for your business. You're going to want to add the locations. You're going to want to add the location and the services that you offer. Your opening hours is incredibly important. You're going to want to make sure, obviously, flooring companies, a lot of the time you're open on a Saturday, but then obviously there are going to be bank holidays and things like that. Are you open for those bank holidays? Make sure you fill all of this out in advance, so that when it does come round to those bank holidays, you're not frantically running around trying to get someone to change the opening and closing times, or people aren't turning up at your door when you're actually closed. And add a phone number, and ideally it's going to be a local phone number to where you're actually based. That is going to increase the probability of you coming up within the map pack, because Google can see, it will put two and two together, and it can see that you're a local business with a local phone number. Website URLs, so you know, if there's any URLs you want to link to, then obviously you can link to those important pages from your profile. Write a really good description about your business, what it is you do, and obviously some benefits of using you and things like that, like we were discussing a minute ago. And then photos, again, we've already touched on this on the last point, but photos, again, you're going to want a decent cover photo. This is the first photo that your customers are going to see. So what is it going to be? Ideally, in my opinion, it would be a picture of your team, a picture of your warehouse or your showroom, or perhaps a picture of you and your team fitting, or something like that, something that's very relevant, that really does show people what you're about. And then your logo, so again, making sure that you're putting a good quality logo on there as well, and people can obviously recognize your logo in the future as well, especially if they see your vans around and about and they can see your logo on your Google Business profile. Then again, it's more touch points. People are going to be seeing your vans and they're going to be seeing your logo on your Google Business profile, and it's going to help build trust and help build that potential sale. Photos of your work, so you know, make sure you're always taking photographs of your work, and organize these photos. Don't just take photos and then forget about them for a year. You know, organise these photos into carpet, into laminate, LVT, into wood flooring, so that when you actually come to put them on your site, you can put them in the appropriate places. Like I mentioned, photos of your team. This is really good for building trust. People are going to see that perhaps you're a family run business. Perhaps people don't want to use a large company. Perhaps they only want to use a small one. So this is really good to have these photos on there. And then photos of your showroom and warehouse, so people can see what it's like in your showroom and warehouse, how friendly it is for them to come in and visit you. And obviously it shows a little bit of the products and services that you're offering. Something else you can do with this, you can also do a bit like Google Maps, where you can actually, if you've got the budget, then you can pay a photographer to create one of those experiences where people can actually go through your showroom or your warehouse and actually have a look, a bit like you do on Google Street View. And then lastly, photos of your vans and vehicles, because again, like I just mentioned, if someone's out and about and they see your van or your vehicles on the road, and they can also see them when they're looking up on your Google My Business profile, then they're going to put two and two together, and again, that is increasing the trust of your business. So reviews, this is one of the most important aspects of your Google Business profile. This is why a lot of companies rank higher than you in the Google Map Pack. And the reason that a lot of companies don't have many reviews is because they don't have a system in place, or they're not actively asking for them after a job, but it is incredibly important. So so the first thing, like I just mentioned, is to put a system in place to gain reviews. Now, the system can come in many forms. It can be you just, creating a Word document that has a sequence of emails or messages that you want to send out to someone after you've completed the job. Or you can get very technical and you can automate the process. So there's a lot of software out there that will automate the process and allow you to actually, pretty much effortlessly collect reviews. And automation is one of my specialities, so obviously if you want to have a chat about that, just let me know. Send review requests by email. So depending on what forms of contact you have with your customers, you might only have an email or you might only have their phone number, but ideally you want to have both. You want to alternate between the two. Some people read their text messages, some people don't, some people read their emails, and some people don't. So ideally you want to be sending review requests by email and by text. And just one little rule that I would say is follow up on each of these channels at least 3 times, because most of the time when someone gets a review request, it's going to catch them at the wrong time. They're going to think, oh, I'll do that later, and then they forget about it. So it's not the fact that they don't want to leave a review of your company. They might have had a really good experience with your company, but it's just the fact that you haven't been persistent enough to get the review. So I would say the minimum of 3 times. My ideal amount of times that I would follow up with someone for a review is 5 times, and you'd want to alternate that again between text and email, and make the review request personal to them. So address them by their name, even add something in there about the job that perhaps you shared a laugh about or something like that. Just make it very personal to them, and they're going to be much more likely to actually leave a review because they know it's not an automated process. Now, I can actually automate this process to make it seem like it's not an automated process, so it is possible to do that as well. And then most importantly, share the direct link from your review page to make it really easy for them. So you can actually get a direct link from Google, and you can share this directly to the customer through email or through text. So when they click on that, the only thing they have to do is enter the review or log into their account if they're not already logged in. And by the time someone clicks on that link, they're going to be at the stage where the review box is up on their phone or their computer screen. So it's going to take a few seconds for them actually to write a review, and they're more likely to do it. Don't make them jump through hoops to start writing a review. You need to make it as simple and easy as possible for them. And lastly, just a little note on reviews. It's always reply to them. It doesn't matter whether they're good or bad. The worst thing you can do is ignore bad reviews, and obviously the worst thing again is that you can ignore good reviews, because there's going to be a reason why something went wrong, and often you can't get these reviews removed very easily, especially if they are a legitimate review. So the best thing to do is reply to it, understand the situation, and then go from there on the best course of action and to rectify the issue. And replying to reviews is something that Google looks at when it's deciding how to rank you in the search results and in the Google Map Pack. And then running Google Ads. Google Ads is another way of increasing your presence on search engine results pages. Now, you think we've spoke about organic listings, so getting yourself to the top of the search results, not the map pack, below that, the original listings. We've spoke about getting you to the top of the map pack, and now the last thing at the very top of the page, every single page, is always the Google Ads. And let's face it, not as many people are going to click on the Google Ads as they are the map pack or the organic listings. It's proven, the statistics are there to show that Google Ads are not as effective. But if you're on that page 3 times, let's say you're on there for Google Ads, you're on there on the Google Maps, and you're on there for the organic listings, who do you think is going to be the most obvious choice in comparison to your competitors? So it's always worth running Google Ads if you've got the budget to maximize your presence on search engine results pages. Now, we can target the same keywords that you're targeting on your location pages, and this makes complete sense because if you've already done the SEO beforehand, then you should have all of those location pages, all of those landing pages already built. So when you're running ads, you should run these ads directly to those particular pages. So when someone does click on that ad, the ad then matches the landing page, and this is going to increase the conversion. You've created a page for carpet shops in London, and your ad is running as carpet shops in London. When they click through to that page, instead of going through to a generic flooring website homepage, they're going to go through to your direct landing page, and they're going to see that you're offering exactly what they're looking for in the location they need it in. And then compelling copy. You don't actually have that much space to write much copy on Google Ads, but it is worth tweaking those few words to get the best out of it. And you can do something called split testing on Google Ads where you can actually run 2 ads side by side. You know, Google will basically test what ad is getting the better click-through rate and you know, is getting shown more. So it's worth chopping and changing a few words to try and work out what's going to get the best kind of rate. And also look at your competitors. Look at the ones that are at the very top of the search results and see what kind of copy they're using, what language are they using, and then try and do something better than what they've already got. Use attractive and relevant images. You know, this is sort of, you should have already done this because we spoke about, you know, having authentic images. That's going to be way better than using stock images. Target the right audience. So with this, with flooring companies, you're going to want to target people that are homeowners, that are landlords, property investors. So there's going to be a particular age range that you're going to want to target, and there's going to eventually be some other settings that you can tweak to make sure that you're getting all of the right people that are finding your ads. And you don't want your ads to be shown to people that are not likely to be interested, because that's going to lower the quality of your ad if lots of people are seeing it but not clicking on it. Target the right areas. Now, I've seen this so many times where I search for a flooring company somewhere up the other end of the country and I see an ad come up for someone that I know is based in you know, completely opposite end of the country, and I know that they are not going to be able to serve those people, so I know that their ad is set wrong. So make sure that when you are targeting, for example, flooring companies, that you are setting the parameters right on your ads, because you don't want your ad, let's say that you are a flooring company based in London, you're not going to want that ad to come up in Manchester if you're not going to be serving that area. So you can set the radius of how far you want your ads to be shown at. Alternatively, you can just target keywords where it's like, you know, flooring company in Kent, flooring company in London, carpet shop in Manchester. And lastly, use negative words. So you're going to see that people are searching for you and finding you and clicking on your ads that for keywords that are going to potentially cost you money and not going to convert into actual sales. If you see these coming up, then you're going to want to make sure you add them to the negative keyword list. With Google Ads, it's an ongoing process. You're going to keep needing to monitor all of this kind of stuff. You're going to keep needing to alter the negative keyword list and tweak the different locations that you're targeting, the copy that you're writing and things like that, until you've got your ad performing at the best it can possibly be. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Now at the end here, obviously I have created what I call the Dominate Google cheat sheet for flooring companies, and that basically summarizes a lot of what we've spoken about today, and it puts into an easy to follow cheat sheet that you can just follow along and you can tick off whether you're actually doing this stuff on your website. And this is definitely going to help you with increasing your visibility and getting found by more of the right customers within the areas that you operate in. So that's it for the video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be creating a lot more content like this specifically for flooring companies. Follow me on all of the socials, so obviously subscribe to this channel, follow me on my Instagram, follow me on my Facebook and also Twitter, and I'm going to be posting content on all of these channels on a regular basis. So get going with that, and if you have any questions, just drop me a message.